Yo guys, what's up? Welcome back to the channel, and for today I want to teach you guys how to get your guys' first nuke on Black Ops 6. Now the reason why I am making this video for you guys is because I have been able and fortunate to drop a multitude of nukes in Black Ops 6, and I feel like a lot of people want to get their first ever nuke in this game, but they just don't know how to. So if you're one of those people, you know, watch this video here, and hopefully some tips and tricks I can give you guys can help you get your first ever nuke. So right now we're gonna watch over some of my old gameplay. This is a nuke that I got actually on a few days ago on my stream, on my Twitch channel. Make sure you guys pull up over there too. We stream every single day. And I got a nuke my first day on. And honestly, I think the first thing you wanna do is find a map that you're very comfortable with. Now, Babylon is one of the most comfortable maps for me that I know I can play the best on to get a nuke. Like when I search and get Babylon, I know good and damn well I can nuke it every single time. Now there's some other variables you have to worry about, like how good is the other team. Honestly, if you guys are playing solo, which I know a lot of you guys have to, it does make it that much more difficult because you then have to really rely on teammates to pop UAVs and counters, and if somehow, some way somebody has a harp, they can run it. And by the way, if you guys are solo players, please run harps, because you never know, you as a solo player and another solo player, y'all can be running harps together and just teaming up and getting backup hearts for somebody to get a nuke. So you want those people, run a harp. And then lastly, of course, having the gun that you're most comfortable with and using. And so for me, my most comfortable gun to use is the AK-74. This is my favorite gun. I have gotten a nuke with the AK-74, the motto and everything like that. I believe this game, I went like 40 something in 2 or 3 or 4. I really didn't die a lot. I went on an easy streak pretty quickly. So the first thing you always want to have, is map control. Now, Babylon, they're going to spawn in the various of the 4 places. So let me pause right here. So one spot that they will spawn at is going to be in this ruins area right here. This is a major spawn point, especially on hard point, because I play hard point. Now, if you do play domination, they're probably going to most likely always spawn on the corresponding flag, A or C. Now, on this flags with domination, if you have more than one person that's pushing to the spawns, they'll automatically flip. So it's a little crazy. But on hardpoint, especially on Babylon, hardpoint has really consistent spawns on the map Babylon. That's why I really like it. But if you're playing like Skyline or Derelict or even Subsonic, they can be a bit crazy. They do spawn in each 4 corners of like a Subsonic map. But on Babylon, you know, just about every single time, they're gonna spawn in one of these 4 corners. This ruin right here, this ruin part over here, then also on the opposite side in this ruin part here, and then sometimes on this top, also in the middle on the side right here, if I look that way, I don't. That middle spawn right there to my right, and then also on this top ruin spot over here. So if you guys know Babylon, they're probably gonna spawn in one of the 4 corresponding cores. So I'm dying a little bit here, so I'm trying to get a rhythm, trying to get everything. So the first thing is I'm lucky enough to run with a full party, and I'm telling you, running a full party is so easy because you can rely on your teammates to not only like not mess up the spawns, but to also get you guys' UAV intelligence. So UAV's counters are huge in my personal opinion, and then of course a heart. Now, as you see right here, the one thing I do hate about this game on Black Ops 6 is that the UAV is really like, you can't fully trust it because the boundary lines are like so short where like you can't see past 30 meters in front of you. So in old CODs like MW3 or even MW2, you could see like this other side. You can see the map pretty big on the UAV, but in this game the UAV is not that big, so you have to still play pretty cautious and anticipate what's going to happen. Now, one thing I did learn is when you're in this like little L right here I'm in, a lot of people like to go to this heady, but the problem with this heady is there's this ruin part back here that Call of Duty, they will spawn the team literally right behind you. You can be sitting here, you can stare at that ruin and they will spawn in front of you. So it's really dangerous. So I like to work this L spot right here to try to pick up a pick or two. And I didn't get a kill here, but you know, it's also just, you got to have a lot of trigger discipline and you can't OE. So one thing that also helped me is I'm blessed enough to go outside and watch Swag play Call of Duty. And so I would say you guys should always watch somebody who's better than you at the game. So watch a pub stomper, watch somebody who can get nukes pretty easily and learn from them and watch what they do. The biggest thing that I learned about when I watched Swag for one game getting a nuke is he plays very, very patient and he plays very, very intelligent. Obviously I am not the best with the gunny and the gun skill, and a lot of you guys can have that. So if you guys have already the gun skill and then a bit of the intelligence, you probably are going to fry the lobby every single time. So for me, I don't have the greatest gun skill, but I'm trying to become a smarter player. So I try to play way more patient. I used to be really running gunny, and it just never worked out for me. So as you see right here, I love this spawn because I can control a lot of this area, going from basically this L corner all the way to the other L spawn. So I popped a harp, and when you get a harp, the harps are a lot longer in this game because they can be destroyed, but you want to play as aggressive as possible. Now, you see here this line of 3 people. Now, in this L spot, it can get tricky, but the reason why I also like being here is, if I go back a little bit, if I didn't go to this L spot and I went inside where that like little cubby area is in here, I would have instantly died because they would have overwhelmed me. But because here, I can actually like shoulder peek and look when people are, what's it gonna happen? Yeah, I can look when people are gonna push me, because if I was inside right here, I'm dead. Like, I'm for surely dead. But I can be inside right here. I can play this very patient, and then I can just get free and easy kills. That's another thing you want to try to get with getting a nuke. You want to try to get the easiest, cleanest kills possible. Like getting in a gunfight, like I had terrible aim right there, and like learning how to get out is a big thing. But getting in a gunfight and you just getting a kill without somebody shooting back at you is like very important, because it causes like you're not able to get shit on, or like potentially like landed, or you know your ping is at 80, so you get fucking beamed. You don't have to worry about that. But if you get free kills from behind, you know the guy can't shoot at you, and you kill him a lot quicker. So when people are always like, the lobby doesn't shoot back at you, it's like, is it the lobby not shooting back at me, or is it because I'm playing smart and I'm getting behind enemy lines and I'm really just flanking them, getting free kills? So I'm just honestly constantly sitting here and just really playing this whole L position and doing this as best as possible. And I think another thing is, a lot of people get very antsy, especially when they get to like the 15s and the 18s and the 20s, and not into OE. So OE means overextending, if you don't know what that means, where you don't want to push out too far to expose yourself to get a kill. So I'm making every kill very short as possible, and I'm making them as short as possible where I don't overextend myself. So one way I can overextend myself is if I push this way and I put my full body out here, and the guy is like sitting in the middle, and he'll just beam me and kill me. Like I'm like trying to shoulder peek and also not try to expose my body too much. So even this one, I'm shoulder peeking here. You can only see, I mean, it's a little bit more of my body you could see, but it's still a harder kill, as if I put my whole entire body out into the alleyway to potentially die and lose my streak. So you definitely don't want to overextend too much, because you can be in a bad predicament. A lot of you guys are like, he's a cheater, or whatever case may be. If you guys just look totally at my eyes, especially during a harp, my eyes do not move off the minimap. I stare at the minimap actually like 85% of the time, especially when a harp's going on. Now, the one thing is, if somebody runs ghost, that will be a bit more difficult, because there's still a dot, like they're a UAV dot, but a lot of people are not running ghost. So they're just going to be a solid arrow. I literally stare. Look how long I'm staring at my UAV. I literally stare at my UAV counter and just watch it the whole entire time. And also, going back to the overextending part, a lot of you guys, if you guys are going to play solo and you have to get a solo nuke, the one thing I will say is you probably won't get a backup harp. So you're going to have to play even more smarter and more strategic to not overextend and die. Just because you don't want to lose a streak, and you don't know where anybody is, so you won't have UAV intelligence, and streaks don't recycle, so it's a lot harder. So you definitely have to play a lot more cautious and a lot smarter, and you have to really figure out where your team is spawning at and anticipate where the opposite team is going to spawn to. And just things like this, like old JSmooth probably would try to overextend and play to an NC, or try to like actually really get that kill, but just repositioning is a big thing. I got him weak. He's going to be all antsy. He's like, oh my God, where's he at? Where's he at? And you just anticipate him overextending again to try to get a kill. Because when an opponent gets shot, they panic. They panic so much. So with all that panicking, you just don't want to, you want to play the cards in your hand. So if you shoot somebody and then they feel like they got shot to the right, they're gonna run at you. So you can just reposition, get an easy go. Now there is a time where a place where I pick and choose where to go here, because if you do sit here the whole time, the enemy team's gonna understand like, oh God, there's a guy here on this heady, we gotta shoot him off. So I do go get this every single time, or once in a while, to go get, you know, a free kill. Well, currently I'm on a brutal right now, so especially when you're on a brutal, you're on a 25, you just gotta play this patient now. Especially the last 5 kills for me personally, I try to make this as easy as possible for me to get kills. There was one time I was going for a nuke and I was on a 28 for, I swear to you, like 2.5 minutes. Like, I did not overextend on any play. I was not going to try to make any mistake to beat myself to not get a nuke. I was going to get the freest nuke possible and the freest kills possible. So that's what you want to do. You just want to try to get, especially the last 5, your heart's racing, you know, your dopamine is up, you know, the anxiety is running through your hands and your fingers and your heart. You want to just try to focus on getting the easiest possible kills as good as possible. And you see what I mean? If you see on the UAV right here, so my teammate dies here, right? I told you, this spawn point right here is so strong, it's crazy. You could be right here and they will spawn the whole team right here. So 3 guys just spawned out of nowhere. They just spawned out of nowhere on me. So I had to play this as patient as possible, and hopefully just get under him so he doesn't see me to try to get a free kill. Now, lucky enough, my teammate was also there. I'm not gonna lie. If my teammate was not there, I probably would have died because I would have got double teamed here. I shot this guy, he was weak, and he's low-key kind of hunting me. And then my other teammate killed the free guy that spawned in. So I honestly would have died there. And so you also have to have a little luck in getting a nuke, you know, not getting melted or shit like that. So, and like I said, just free clean kills. Like, you want to get free clean kills as best as possible. And that's the one thing I really learned. And since then, I've been able to nuke so much. I mean, I've gotten, I think, 6 or 7 nukes so far while playing BO6 and, you know, just actually going for them. And so most people, they will push this and say, fuck it. For me, I'm not doing that. See, even like my boy Driz. My boy Driz may or may not be on a nuke. He's saying, fuck that. I'm pushing this. I'm not. You know, I'm just gonna get free kills, bro. Like, that's the main game for me. I also do sometimes like playing that heady on top, but I didn't go there today in this game. But I think more than anything, when the team spawns on this top side here, this is honestly where I panic the most, because it just makes no sense. Like, and then they start split spawning, so it gets really, really weird. But you just want to try to keep repositioning yourself as best as possible and get free kills. And I'm on a 29, and then right here, I get a bit aggressive here because I said fuck it, and I just was very confident I can get that 30 kills. And right there, there's a nuke, and I'm hyped. And you know, when you get the nuke, now you can play a little bit more free. You say fuck it, get a few survival models, and yeah. So yeah, I went 46-6 here on this gameplay, and end up getting a nuke. First game on, by the way. This is a nuke first game on for me during my stream. So yeah. Now, if there's anybody in here who was like, bro, I don't have a squad to play with, you guys are more than welcome to join my stream. Make sure you guys hit the link below. Also, join my Discord, and make sure you guys, you know, get into my community. And there's always people that want to play, and you guys can mingle, fellowship, and meet each other, and literally try to get a squad together and go for nukes. And lastly, if you are going for nukes, I highly recommend to use a heart, a counter UAV, and a UAV, and also run the perk Dispatcher and Bankroll, so you can get your score streaks a lot easier. But hopefully this tips and tricks helped you guys in getting your first ever nuke. Let me know in the comment section below after you watch this video if you drop your first ever nuke, or tag me on Twitter or Instagram. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope this will help you guys in the future. And if you guys want any other tips and tricks videos, let me know in the comment section below. I'll catch you guys on the next one, and y'all stay smooth. Peace.